We were talking about this event today, and I told them that I was going to be speaking. And so this one person said, "Oh yeah, I'm going." And I thought, "Oh great, they're going because I'm going to be on the program." And then in the next instant, someone said, "Well, I'm going because Bill Pike has written a book." So immediately the wind was out of my sails. However, I think most of you would agree that I and Bill Pike and all of you in this room are here because we care about children. And so that's the main thrust of the Christmas Mother program. The Christmas Mother program was started way back in 1942 by a teacher who delivered food baskets that her children had gathered up to people who were in need. And it has progressed to the point that, to the operation that we are today. How many of you have ever volunteered in the warehouse? Okay, I knew there would be a lot of you. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with the food collection that the schools do. That was my first experience with Christmas Mother, was encouraging my students to bring canned food in, because this turns out to be one of the major components of our program. Last year, the Henrico Christmas Mother served just under 2,000 families. And in these families, there were roughly 3,500 children. We also served over 700 elderly and disabled adults. The total number of individuals was in excess of 6,000, and we expect this year that that number will be equal or greater than 6,000. How are we able to do this? It's really a big operation. Through contributions from the community in the form of volunteerism, in-kind donations, and of course monetary donations. This organization has been a wonderful supporter of our program, and we thank you for all of those efforts. If it weren't for what the business community, civic organizations, churches, and individuals do for us, we would not be able to do what we do. Today, I will stay after. If any of you would like to volunteer in the warehouse, I will be happy to hook you up with a date. And of course, your organization has always been very much into the monetary side of this. You've made generous donations. I have envelopes for you if you have not already contributed and wish to do so. I also understand through Charlotte Melton's efforts that for several years you have collected books, and I was told as I came in the door today that there is a collection of books here, so I thank you for that. I don't know if she told you hardboard books, but that's what Charlotte pushes all the time, because they always seem to be short of those. There is one more way that you can help. All of the children who come through the application process receive toys, clothing, and the family, of course, receives food. The children, and the children also receive books. I just mentioned that. And Charlotte would want me to say that again, I'm sure. The children also receive a hat, a pair of gloves or mittens, and a pair of socks. Those are donated by preschools, daycare centers, and individuals. So I would encourage you, if you're in some organization who is looking for a way to help Christmas Mother, tell them to your next meeting to bring a pair of socks, gloves, or a hat. And we especially need those for the older children. The teenagers would probably wear adult sizes, so any of those would be very helpful. in closing, let me say how much we appreciate what you have done for us in the past, and I'm sure you're going to be helping us a lot this year. So again, thank you, and thank you for inviting me. It is a privilege to be here, especially on the same day that Bill Pike is here. And any of you who would like to, does anybody have a question about our program at all? I mean, what we hand out. I figure most of you, if you've been in the many of you who've been in the warehouse know, but do any of you have questions? Okay, good. I'm always, the hardest part of this is thinking somebody may ask me a question that I don't know the answer to, but it's kind of just like being a teacher. You know, sometimes they ask you questions you didn't know either, and then you said, well, I'll get back to you on that. Thank you again.